Hey everyone, GlockAholic again. And today, this is a very sad in memoriam for me. This is the SIG Sauer P220 45 ACP. I think this is one of those pistols I purchased that really it deserves a respectful goodbye. Kind of wish it never moved on. But not every firearm leaves your collection because something went wrong, right? Some leave because your needs change at the time. Sometimes they change back, and then you wish you didn't give a. I get into that just yet, but uh, some leave your collection because your understandings change, right? And not necessarily because anything went wrong. Well, in this memoriam for the SIG P320, oh my goodness, that's blasphemous. The SIG P220 in 45. It was a pistol that earned its place, wasn't appreciated till after it was gone, and deserves an exceptionally respectful goodbye from GlockAholic76. So the P220 for me represented a different era of service pistols. It had its metal frame, it was hammer fired, it was built around durability and control. And this was a time when pistols were designed to be trusted and not optimized by a spreadsheet or to be put on a spreadsheet, right? And the P220 carries that identity clearly. For me, I purchased this pistol a long, long time ago. I think I purchased it used. It was a police trade-in. Also came with a slide that was for 22s, and you could practice with 22s. And that was the idea. Hey, I can get a 45 pistol, full size, quality made pistol, practice with 22s, and then wonderful fit. I love the grip. Um, it it did a great job. It was just old. It was I forget what year it was, but it was just a very old pistol at the time. And one of the reasons why I eventually moved on from it. But it had it was a proven 45 ACP, long service history, double action, single action, which is the hammer fired system, and rewarded you with that deliberate shooting and the excellent reliability, reputation across decades of use. And at the time, the pistol fit exactly what I thought I needed, and then thought I didn't need, and then I kind of wish I still have it because I could probably use it now. Uh, but the P220, I don't want to mess that up again. The It does a few things or a lot of things extremely well, and even today, right? The recoil management from a metal frame and a 45, wonderful. Very predictable trigger progression, and it has an outstanding mechanical reliability. I can't even count how many rounds of 45 ACP I put through this. Flawless. And it was this. You could grip the slide smooth, and it just didn't feel rushed. It felt like the design was, everything was intentional, and it was really a quality piece made by SIG. And but owning the P220 was a commitment, right? So it was heavier than a lot of the modern pistols, as the years progressed. And then, pistols got lighter, and this was still a heavy pistol, even for service use standards, right? And it's larger than many expect. And so it asks more from the shooter, but in return, it does offer that consistency. And it wasn't a pistol when I shot, I was ever worried about it. And I enjoyed going to the range because it didn't destroy me like some of the smaller 45s, which they don't, I'm not really recoil sensitive. It didn't really destroy me, but they require a little bit more attention. So this pistol, never really even worried about it. And so eventually, when I decided to let this one go, and it was a personal decision, and the reason being was I had the 22 conversion slide, and I wanted something. I didn't at the time. I didn't own a 22 at all, and this was my only 22. So I put the slide on it. I think it was a 10 round 22 magazine, and I shot the 22s, and the very bad reliability, and it was a 22s, right? So the failure to feed, um, light primer strikes, misaligned primer strikes, and I wanted a 22. And then this wasn't a 45 I was going to conceal carry either. So at the time I was looking for, hey, my philosophy is I want to be able to use it. So I was looking for a concealed carry summertime weapon, which ultimately I think I went with the Shield 45, which was a disaster. You can check out that video um, for me. And there were some drawbacks for a gun this size, right? So the lower capacity for a gun this size is just, I mean, no. You look at a Glock, it almost doubles the capacity of this a pistol this size. And then the larger grip circumference. This was the rubber grip. It was thick. I mean, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was thicker than my Glocks full size because I tend to ride the whole grips on them. I know in the comments I've seen a lot of fun stuff about that, but and the overall weight and bulk of this pistol just made it made carry less forgiving. So it just wasn't. I attempted to, but it was just not going to happen. And it just became too heavy. And these aren't failures; they're just realities. And especially as technology and my personal preferences evolved, that's where I ended up. But the P220 didn't fail me at all. It just simply belonged to a chapter that at that time it closed for me, and that doesn't diminish what it was or what it taught me. And pistols are tools, right? Some are companions, some are workers, some are friends, right? So this one kind of was all that. And one of the things with this pistol, I nowadays is, now that I'm do a little bit of competition shooting and I do, so the bigger pistols that are safe queens that sit around. This would be a fun shooting pistol again for me to shoot 45 at the range. I have my Glock 30S now, which isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Considering I don't have a full size Glock 45 yet, but maybe one day in the future, who knows? But this would be perfect for range shooting. Although the Glock 30S for its size is a wonderful shooter, very accurate for me. I no problems with that. It's just this is one of those pieces that just was great at the time, and you're kind of like, I wish you held it, but it probably still would be sitting in my safe, to be honest. And but it deserves a respectful send off. So the SIG Sauer P220 45 GlockAholic 76. Talk to you soon.